Hi everybody, welcome once again to another Low on Health Daily Rambling. Me just going over what I've done the last past day or so. Let's see, starting off here, the other day actually, yesterday I went to my mother's for dinner, which is, I do that every other week, just kind of go there, catch up with her and whatnot, and had some food there. Really good to have that one solid meal every 2 weeks. It's really filling. Love the garlic bread. I don't know what it mean garlic bread, but nice like Texas bread garlic bread. Love it. Moving on. While I was over there, I decided to get the Yakuza the 3 demo and show her that game. Like last time I showed her Heavy Rain, I showed her Yakuza. Just she's mildly interested, and I like to kind of show off something while I'm over there. And ironically, she just did the Gasparilla run. She did like a 10K, 5K, some type of run, and she actually ran into some of her restaurant managers and actually got in a conversation about Heavy Rain. Like she actually knew what it was. So it was kind of funny. They thought it was interesting that she actually knew about it because she saw me play some of it the other day, the other week. But moving on, while I was there, I got the demo, had no problems. But apparently, the PSN network the last past day or so has been having problems. Basically, when you sign into your PSN network, there's a calendar glitch or whatnot that locks up your system if you ping out to their service. Which, if you have an offline, PS3, no big deal. But if you have an online one, apparently there was a calendar glitch, and that was causing a lot of the systems to lock up. And not just lock up online games, but lock up the whole system. So you couldn't watch Blu-ray, you couldn't play offline games. And a lot of people were kind of getting all hubbub about it. I didn't notice it. I did actually go on mine Sunday, and one of my mom's on Sunday too, and we didn't have those problems. Apparently it happened late Sunday or whatnot. But a lot of people have been like, hey, what's going on? And it looks like Sony's looking into it. It looks like it's actually fixed by now, and everything should be going ahead. Just kind of funny. I mean, if people that have the PSN network or PSN, I guess that's kind of redundant, or Xbox Live, even though PSN is free, it's still such a subpar service compared to Xbox Live. I mean, it's not intuitive. I could go on with the issues I have with it, but this is just a funny issue how that one little screw up on PSN can actually screw over people that don't really do online games, but like maybe they do the demos and stuff, and when they go out to the PSN store or on the network, it locks them up. I mentioned Heavy Rain before, and apparently now people are starting to take the scenes from Heavy Rain and kind of click them together in kind of a choose-your-own-adventure on YouTube, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I've seen this done before with like fighting games and whatnot, but apparently YouTube, what they're doing is they're taking the scenes and having you interact them and basically pick what the next video is. So I think that's kind of cool. I mean, if you don't have Heavy Rain, you could actually kind of play it to it in a sense because it's kind of like an old school choose your own adventure. Another thing about Heavy Rain I want to mention, apparently there was a glitch where you can actually see Madison fully naked, in which case there is Madison naked. There's a character model in there for her shower scene, but everything's colorfully covered up. But apparently this glitch actually happens to where she can actually walk around a room naked, and I do know about it, and I already sent it back. But luckily YouTube and other video places have it up so you can actually see it. Moving on. The Olympics, yay, are finally over. And it looks like, if you go by total medal count, the U.S. theoretically won, but it's all in the fun of the games. There's no winner or losers here. And then Germany, and then Canada. And ironically, Canada looks like had the most gold. And I also remember reading somewhere like this is Canada's most ever medal winning. This is the first where they won so much. So congrats, Canada. I know the Loading Ready Run people have been talking about the Olympics. I did not follow the Olympics whatsoever. Not really my cup of tea. All I know is it kind of threw off the whole TV watching schedule, and I'm happy that they're over and that it's basically everything should go back to normal. Moving on. I did get Divinity 2 today from Gamefly. And Divinity 2 is basically kind of your old school RPG. It's for the PC and the 360. I'm playing on the 360, where you make your own character and whatnot. This game very much reminds me of Two Worlds, which is also not that greatly of a reviewed game. Two Worlds. I mean, maybe kind of like Oblivion. That's probably the closest thing a lot of people maybe have heard of. But apparently, this is kind of plays like Two Worlds. It's still kind of rough around the edges. It's not perfect. It is kind of, shaky, not 100% great on the 360. But the thing is, I love it for some reason. I like the old school fantasy. I love the open worldness. I mean, I've actually just fallen in love with this game because I never really heard about it. It doesn't get great reviews, but just like Two Worlds that I played a lot, I just like being able to explore it. I like the RPG elements. And I'll talk about it again later. But the problem is, like, I was planning on just kind of banging through this game in 2 days, but apparently it is pretty much a meaty game. Let me just skip through this thing so you can kind of see what it looks like. But that leaves me with a little problem. Like, I really want to play this game. I'm enjoying the hell out of this game. I mean, you kind of have your interactive cutscenes. There's not really too much a dark or bad side. I mean, you can steal from people's houses and they don't care. I kind of like that old school RPG part. But the problem with that is, if you look at my Gamefly Q, you know, I have, you know, Divinity 2 now. I have Final Fantasy 13 and Yakuza 3 coming out next week. So I could either A, play the hell out of Divinity, hope I beat it, and then send it back, hopefully in time to get Final Fantasy 13 or Yakuza 3, or depending on how much I'm really enjoying it, I really am, I'm tempted to almost take Final Fantasy 13 out of my Gamefly queue and keep Divinity until I'm done with it. That way I can play it through the weekend and enjoy it. Or you take Yakuza 3, but I really want to play Yakuza 3. And I kind of want to play Final Fantasy 13, so it kind of puts me in a little, don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I could also just send Divinity back and play it during a drought. I mean, if you look coming up, there's kind of a drought right after God of War, and just cause there's not that much going on. So I could probably send Divinity back and play it again later. I could also buy Divinity. Of course, I'm extremely poor. I could use that $5 Gamefly dollars, and, you know, it's not that expensive of a game, you know. Or I could, even if I really, really wanted to, bump up my Gamefly plan up to 3 out at a time, in which case it's $29.85, so like $7 more. But it's really, I don't know what to do. And I mean, theoretically, because I have no job and I am extremely kind of poor right now, I should just send the game back and just play it again later. Play it during the drought. That makes sense. Or I could take Final Fantasy 13, but I'm very conflicted here, people, and I don't really know what to do. I'm really tempted, probably when I'm done doing this and uploading it and whatnot, I'll probably actually go back and start playing it and probably just play through it the whole day and do a game-long session of playing Divinity 2 because I'm really enjoying it. I don't want to kind of blow through it. There's a lot of things I love about it, too. A lot of good, solid design choices they made with that game that I'm really enjoying. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I have a whole day or so to think about it, and I'll probably mull over it some more, but that's basically actually what's been occupying my time. I have been playing Modern Warfare 2 with Darren and the guys and the whatnot. I've been doing that. Actually, I found this glitch in Modern Warfare 2, which I don't think is that widely known of a glitch, where basically if you go into Last Stand, like somebody shoots you, you go into Last Stand where usually you shoot them or you bleed out and die, and they get the points. If you actually kill yourself with like a stun grenade while you're in Last Stand, you count as killing yourself, but they don't get an assisted suicide tick, and that tick doesn't go towards the team's overall score. So what I've been doing is basically kind of gallivanting around letting people kill me, and then I kill myself, they don't get the points. And ironically, because I usually throw myself out there a lot, I'm actually getting some really good kill counts. I'm probably pissing off a lot of other people. And it's just basically a kind of a glitch. It's definitely not something that the game should have. It doesn't seem to be that widely known. I'm kind of going to hold it to my chest because I just recently prestiged for the 4th or 5th time, and I don't have Last Stand. So, you know, I'm not using it currently now, but I'll definitely use it once I can again because that's just gold. But we'll see what happens with that. But I just want to mention that I found that glitch about the Last Stand thing yesterday or today, depending on how you look at it, and let's see how long it goes until it gets widespread and gets patched. Okay? But other than that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll catch you next time.